Good morning, everyone. Yes, so pleased to be on this show again with you. My name is Mayo Aniton, and I am with.
My name is Djiame Aiyejina.
All right, I believe that every morning when we get to meet people this way, it's really very important you get the best of the insights that you're expected to get for your daily moving and also for your motivation in your daily activities and doings. So nice to meet you, Mr. Jam.
Yeah, same here. Thank you.
Yes, so the name. Let's start with the name. The name, is it Jam or Djiame or?
It's Djiame, so the D is silent. Right?
Okay, so
So
if I call you Jam, I'm wrong.
you're wrong. If someone calls me Djiame.
All right. So yes, we're pretty much aware you've been doing so much and so very well in the, in the social media space as a content creator.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I didn't know I was doing so.
So, however, yes, and I believe that your name has played a very distinctive role as well. So, what has been, been with you and the content creation theme?
Okay, so my name, like Abuja content creator, right? Or
Djiame.
Djiame. Oh, Djiame. Okay, so Djiame sounds like a nickname, but it's not actually my nickname. It's actually my name.
Okay.
It's short for Aiyejina.
Okay.
Right. Where do you think that means from?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You tell me.
I'm from Edo State, so
Okay.
it's short for, so Djiame is short for Aiyejina. So when I was going to write my junior work, I was told the name was too long, so I had to divide it into two.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, yeah. So is there, like you've actually mentioned, so there's no special story to your name?
No, it's actually like my name. So
Oh,
there's no
okay.
real story. That's my name.
All right. So you've actually been involved with the Orange economy for over 14 years experiences.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And so, what has been the most, challenging and most rewarding project?
Well, I do different things. So I do, but my actual main source of livelihood is I run a print press, right? So I do a lot of print projects for government agencies and a lot of people in different sectors, right? But for content creation, which is like my new wife.
Oh, new wife.
Yeah, so
All right.
because I got fully into it about a year plus ago.
Wow.
For that, I think so far will be the Nigeria International Energy Summit. It was both financially rewarding and career rewarding, if I might say. Yeah, because it's like in fact, it's like the official energy event of the federal government of Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had like almost all, like a lot of about 7 or so ministers from the federal government
That's
at the
huge.
event. In fact, we were actually even supposed to have the president, but I think something happened and it had to be in Abuja and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right, so it was 5 days of very intense, very, very intense work. Very short sleep time. You had to be delivering on the spot.
Wow.
I mean, as sessions are ending, you're delivering videos for them and all of that. You had to move a lot of movements from the State House to Transport Hilton to ICC.
Wow.
It's crazy, but
Wow.
but I mean, it paid off at the end of the day because what I said it was career rewarding. A lot of opportunities also came from that experience.
Wow, that's amazing. So, and of course, we're also aware that you are actually one of the founders of Abuja Content Creator.
Yeah, I am.
Oh wow! So, as the creative director, right? So, how do you stay innovative?
Yeah, so when I discuss with my guys, I feel like to be innovative, you need to keep up with innovation. Right. So what that means is that you are constantly researching,
Thinking.
exploring, and finding ways that things are done better.
Wow.
And how to do things better, which requires a lot of meditation, a lot of thinking, a lot of searching and researching and all that. So, I mean, that it also requires a lot of observation because I tell people that there's a difference between watching and observing. You can watch and not observe. So,
You can watch and not observe.
Yeah, so observation is really key.
So yes, that will lead us to, of course, I understand that you've actually delivered several content for high-profile international
Yeah,
organizations, individuals with high profile.
yeah.
So how do how does that stand as an impact to your career? And then can you probably just tell us one of the most standing out project?
Okay. I think, when people say content creation, I mean, there are different aspects to it. So, um, I had a contract with a company in the hospitality business about 2 years ago. So, um, and I was supposed to be there like a social media manager
Yeah.
at the time, and required that I create content, right? So, I was having a discussion with the CEO of the company about content. So I was trying, in my approach at the time, I was trying to tell him that, that I do content creation, so I do videos,
Yeah.
but I also do print, I do photography and all that stuff. I told you that even print is content creation,
Yeah.
right? And it just got me thinking, because the fact is, as long as any material that is able to hold information and use that material to pass on
Absolutely.
information to another person is content
Absolutely.
creation. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there are a lot of projects really, because for every project, like, there's a side to it that is dear to me,
Yeah.
because as someone that is creative, let's say,
Absolutely.
I don't just do stuff because I want, because it has some monetary value attached to it.
Absolutely.
Like, I also like to apply my mind to stuff,
Absolutely.
right? So when I'm taking on projects, I'm not just taking them on because I'll be paid. I take them up because I feel like it's a way to stretch my mind, right? So for every project that I've done, really, from the experience to the energy summit to shooting at Echo Hours, I mean, everything has just been, in a way, mind expanding for me.
Absolutely.
And that's what I really hold dear, that I'm able to get called on for a project
Yeah.
and deliver, and in between, take my mind through different processes, carving out creative ways of telling
Getting that
stories.
done.
Yeah, so that's really what's key for me.
Okay, yes, I heard you mention ECOWAS.
Yeah,
And of course, I also heard of, I think I've actually heard of a project with Burger King.
yeah.
So, how do you tailor your content creation approach to, suit this very kind of, personalities
Yeah.
that you've actually done some of these jobs for?
Okay, so the thing is, for every content, there's a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're going to create content, the first thing to discover is what the story
Absolutely.
is.
Yeah.
Right? So that story is going to determine the content style
Yeah.
that you need to deploy. So if I'm shooting for Equals, for example, it's
Yeah.
not going to be the same approach as shooting for Burger King, because I'm telling different stories with both brands, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's key. So the approach is to know what the story is, and from the story you can now determine what the content style is.
Yeah.
So that content style will determine how you shoot the videos, how you edit the videos, the kind of shots you get, how long you will shoot for, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
Wow. Well, it seems like you have an enormous experience with most of the things. Yes, but I think this will also lead me to, I understand that you've actually done jobs with the experience.
Yes, experience.
Of course, the Nigeria International Energy Summit.
Yeah.
So, what key strategies do you employ to ensure seamless and on-the-spot content delivery in these various programs?
Yeah, so you see, the thing with content, right, is that speed is a factor. Right?
Speed.
So, yeah.
Did you say
especially-
speed?
Speed, yes.
Okay.
Especially because I was watching something recently about how you have official photographers and videographers for events.
Yeah.
And you have content creators.
Yes.
So it seems like content creators are also not official.
Yes.
Because I feel like, okay, because you use a camera, so it's like, yeah, the big deal.
Yes.
But then, because we're living in a fast-paced world, right? And social media is sort of a fast-paced environment too.
Absolutely.
So once an event is happening and you're not able to maximize the buzz of the event in that instant,
Absolutely.
then you've lost, in a way, the effectiveness in using
Delivering.
material.
Yeah.
So speed is really a factor. And how you are able to overcome that is, I shoot and edit with my phone. right?
Okay.
So, and because it's my phone, I can be walking from point A to point B and editing. I can be driving and editing, which is wrong, but
Don't try that.
don't try that. Yeah, so, so I can drive and edit. I mean, I could, because my phone, I can just stay with you and editing at the same time. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that helps with speed. Then the other factor too is that because my phone too, I'm also able to lay. So for example, if I come to you or you call me up and you say, oh, you want me to create content for you, you want me to make a video for you, and we discuss and I have full understanding of what it is, right? I can easily create a template on my phone. So I can create a dummy template. So I can just fill in like blank videos
Yes.
over sound or whatever and just fill it in. So what I don't do is while I'm shooting, which is also very key because when you shoot videos, you should shoot to edit.
Absolutely.
You don't just shoot and now think of editing later. You should shoot because you already have an idea
A
of how the
template for
edit is going
editing.
to go. Yeah. So what I just do is as I shoot, I just fill in on my phone. As I shoot, I fill in on my phone. So by the end of if it's a segment or whatever,
Absolutely.
I'm already exporting the video.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's what I did with the experience.
That's so.
Yeah, so we had a lot of pickups for the not for the experience, there was another well the experience too. It was a program, so we had like an airport pickup. So I was supposed to like tell the story of the movement from the airport to the hotel and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I already had a template for it. So as we're on our way to the airport,
fixing
I
and
was just filling.
placing and filling up.
Yeah, so immediately my principal, that's the person I was shooting, entered the elevator in the hotel. I was already exporting the video.
That was.
Yeah, so that's.
How do you do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, so
Like
you have it dummy already, so you're just shooting. So as you're shooting, you're just filling it in, replacing the content, the videos in your sequence. So you're just replacing. And you just play to scan through it, is there any errors and all that stuff, and you export and you're done.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, so that's,
Wow. So let's speak about Reels 101.
yeah.
That really sounds, amazing from the name.
Oh,
right?
thank you.
From the from the subject, like.
Yeah.
So it's actually an initiative that I believe you've actually established to push some of your activities and probably also get proper recognition on social media, right?
Yeah.
So what really inspired you to start these training sessions?
Okay, so because like I said, I do other things apart from content creation.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I get opportunities that I'm not available for because I'm probably busy with something else. Yeah, so I just felt instead of allowing those opportunities waste,
Yes.
I should have a team, which is like the proper thing to do,
Yes.
that I can send out to also execute like I would
Yeah.
if I was present. Yeah, so that was how I started Reels 101. I'm just to guide people and show people what I do. So they're also able to do what I do.
Wow. So it's more like a way of recruiting more men in your team, and of course also get the workload easy for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Wow. That's amazing. So yeah, but has there been any gratifying moments?
Yeah, because really, I see a lot of people now that do. I mean, someone sent me a voice note a couple of days ago, and well, I think it's really just. I'm really just grateful at the end of the day because when you now see that people are doing stuff because they were able to find inspiration from what you do.
Absolutely.
And they are humble enough to say, oh, I learned from this guy. This is my mentor and all that stuff. And you see them do good work.
Yeah.
You see them earn a living from it
Absolutely.
and all that stuff. And, I mean, it shows that in a way the work you're doing.
So effective. What you're doing is very effective and also impacted. Yeah. Wow, that's impressive.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So mobile videography.
Yeah.
You mentioned something earlier that you probably could actually even get some work done even while driving. These things
That's not good. That's not the example you should give.
Yeah, but of course, if you can deal with mobile phones, then you can actually deal with a mobile videography, right? So it has been a crucial skill for modern content creators.
Yeah.
So just that actually exemplifies what I just mentioned, right? So what are some essential tips?
Okay, so I think for mobile videography, it's a lot of practice.
Yes.
A lot of practice. a lot of practice. So I tell people, just shoot anything. You go, they invite you for a hangout, you shoot it.
Shoot
They are
anything.
going to the market, you shoot it. Whatever, just shoot. So because one of the things I also believe in is excellence.
Yeah.
Right, and I feel like excellence comes with a lot of doing and redoing, improving, and all of that. So I tell people, just shoot anything. You don't need to be perfect to get. I would tell people, shoot with any phone you have.
Yeah.
Because mobile videography too, as a business, is also an investment. So if you are waiting till you are able to get like 1.5 million to buy
A camera.
not a camera, a phone. If you get 1.5 million to buy a phone before you start, then you might have just
So
wasted your money.
do you think we can actually make use of any kind of phone?
Yeah, I think you should make it because there are different aspects to it. Apart from the technical aspect, like, I mean, when I say technical, I mean like in use of device, like you're using a good phone. There are also certain principles and techniques that are beyond just the device.
Okay.
So in terms of composition, in terms of movement, in terms of angles, shooting types, and all that stuff. So I feel like with the device you have, you should be able to practice with that.
Okay.
So once you feel like, okay, especially if you're going to do it as a business.
Yeah.
So once you're sure, okay, you've gotten the hang of all of that stuff, then you can now invest in a device that can now return on investment.
Yeah.
Right? So when you're practicing, you're not practicing because you're looking for return on investment. Right? But once you're now able to bring out money and say, okay, I'm going to buy an iPhone 15 to make videos, then you should be sure that
you're already very good at what you're doing.
Yeah, enough to be called to carry out certain jobs that can return on investment. Yeah.
Wow. It's all right. I think my next question will somewhat be kind of related to probably what I've asked before. But I understand that you've actually done some shoots for TDJX, Bishop TDJX. You've done for Travis Green.
Yeah.
So in some sort of ways, how have you been able to, capture this level of personality of these very people in your content? Because yes, obviously there's a particular kind of charisma message that such people would probably have to convey.
Yeah.
It's quite different from Burger King.
Yeah.
So how do you, suit these people's influential personality and their way of charisma into?
Yeah, so for TDJX, right, this is like they call him the prince of preachers. So
Absolutely.
it's like a king preacher.
Absolutely.
So you want to give him that presidential feel.
Yeah.
So when you're making a video for him, you want people to understand that this is like a very, very, very valuable individual.
Yeah.
So all the elements in your shooting should reflect that either his personality as a leader or the treatment he gets as a leader, right? So you want to, and in the case when I shot him, what I was trying to express really was that one, because I was shooting for someone, I was shooting for himself.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to seem like the person that invited him over had like very high regard for him, especially in the way he was treated in terms of security and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then for him to understand that in a way because it wasn't the first time in Nigeria though, but he came with his daughter and all that stuff. Yeah. So I wanted it to feel like, okay, he was home.
Yeah.
Like he was at home with his people.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So I could, in a way, I was trying to create that connection. That even though he's from the US and all that stuff, that he understands that we are his people. Like Nigerians are his people.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's that. Then for Travis Green, I mean, it's Travis Green. He's young, and he's very influential too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you want to show that it's what it is. He's young, so you want to show that he's young. He's bubbly and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And also show influence in terms of how he's carried as someone that's known worldwide.
Wow. Yeah, it's okay. I think you've actually said so much, about mixing up these people's personality
Yeah.
together with how you actually come up
Yeah.
with your content. Yeah, so, but this is the last but not the least,
Okay, that's
right?
nice.
As you've actually played a very huge and leading role, with Abuja content
Yeah,
creators,
thank
right?
you.
So, what are your goals and aspirations for the future?
Well, for goals, right?
Yes.
I think, no, I don't think, I know that in the coming, well, I was going to say coming years, but
Yeah.
maybe months, I hope to create or build, rather, a hub for content creators. It's not like I know everything, or I'm not, I'm not like the,
Yeah.
I'm not like the best guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like once you start to gain some level of influence, you should be able to deploy it for good, right? Yeah, so I hope to build a hub that's not just about content creation.
Yeah.
That goes into digital media as a whole. So that would be in terms of digital marketing
Yeah.
and all that stuff, like big stuff in the digital media space, just to, not necessarily for monetary gains, but just to establish the fact that it's here to stay.
Absolutely.
Because I now see that it's even getting into conventional education.
Yeah.
So I see courses online, well, not in Nigeria yet, but in foreign countries abroad that offer a bachelor's in arts,
Yeah.
digital content creation, all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, so I feel like we need to ride on that wave because it's key to understand that since I feel like COVID-19 was, in a way, like it was a reset for digital content creation.
Absolutely.
Because that was like the button that switched it on.
Yeah.
With like full force, right? So, and it's becoming a really, really big industry. So I hope to create a hub, and with that hub, a lot of other things will
Follow.
follow. Yes, a lot of things will follow.
Yeah. So the role of digital content. So how do you see it evolve in the next few years?
Like I said, there's going to be Wheels 101 very soon, maybe in University of Abuja. And
Okay.
every other university, because you see, everybody's now online. I mean, we have a physical world and we have an e-world.
Absolutely.
So everybody wants to have like a digital footprint. So I see a lot of people closing down their stores and banking on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Hopefully Instagram will crash one day.
Yeah. No, it can't.
Well, that's where we are going. So everybody's now moving online, and as long as, and we just even started, as far as I'm because we're now having AI, artificial intelligence,
Yeah,
and all that
absolutely.
stuff. So I feel like we're just getting started, and there's going to be like, we still have a long way ahead of us.
Absolutely.
So I think it's really going to evolve going forward. I mean, I was reading an article recently, and they were saying that it's going to be like a over $32 billion industry in 2030, which is like 6 years away.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that are going to. It's probably going to be more as well.
Yeah,
Because every
absolutely.
day, I mean,
Absolutely.
it's probably going to be way more.
Absolutely.
But it's growing. I see a lot of good things happening.
Absolutely.
It's just really important to stay. Well, some people say stay ahead of the time, but I don't know how that's possible. Or rather say you stay in step with time,
Absolutely.
right? So that you're not wasted.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you very much.
Djiame.
Yeah.
And for those who are watching, it's really very important you follow likes of Djiame, so you can pick so much from him, especially as content creators. And I believe you should probably stay very closely to Reels 101,
Yeah.
so you can get everything you might possibly need in your journey as a content creator.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Djiame.
very much. I'm
It's
grateful.
been a pleasant time
Thank you.
with you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Great. Thank you.